What is poppin' YouTube? What is good YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the Endgame. So last night in Los Angeles, LA, California, America, the world premiere has happened and early social media reactions are already online. Don't worry guys, no spoilers as they're not allowed to talk about spoilers. The reviews will be coming out later tonight, probably 4 to 6 hours after me posting this. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the content. We are giving away Endgame tickets. If anyone actually wants them, please, someone take them. You know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, notifications on. Comment down below what is going on. So what we're going to do in this video, it's a bit different to the other content we've been doing for a while, is we're going to go over some social media critics. Okay, critics is a bit kind of, they're not really critics. Well, are they critics? Are people with followings that got to go to it, essentially. Some of them are cool, some of them I've got no idea who they are. So in no particular order, let's go over them. And there is maybe some spoilers in these. Maybe, well, not really, but maybe, I guess. You could take it as a spoiler in a way. So let's go. These are Twitter reactions. So Eric Davis said this: Avengers Endgame is a masterful, epic, true combination of 22 films that not only concludes a story but expands upon it. You learn more about the other movies while this one unfolds. If Infinity War was the brawn, Avengers Endgame is the brains. And wow, what an ending. See, what's interesting about this, guys, is most of them are pretty positive, except for one, which is interesting. There's always one person. But apparently, no one seen anything to do with the post-credit scene or end-credit scene, because at the world premiere, apparently the cast and crew and a load of people that worked on the movie came on stage. So there's going to be no spoilers for stuff like that, I believe, coming from this one, maybe from individual press screenings. So Brandon Davis from comicbook.com, which in my opinion, he's the most reliable, the most genuine kind of guy when it comes to these kind of things, says this: Avengers Endgame is an astonishing, amazing film. I've never seen anything like it. The movie is everything I wanted to be and so much more. Amazing. See, this is what social media reviews are like. You can't really give much away. So Umberto, another cool guy who I quite like, said this: Endgame thoughts, still processing. I laughed, cried multiple times, I screamed, but overall an epic ending to the Infinity Saga. Hashtag Endgame premiere LA. So a lot of people are saying they cried. Now you could take this one way. Oh my god, this confirms that Tony Stark dies, Captain America dies. No, you could take it the other way. It's an emotional cry because they've been paying stuff off from Iron Man 1, from Captain America, First Avenger. So it could be the other way. The massive payoffs from the start of obviously Iron Man through to now. So it's not really a spoiler, but I guess someone could address it like major spoiler. No, that's not a major spoiler. So someone from Collider had this to say: don't know how any Marvel Studios fan walks out of hashtag Avengers Endgame disappointed. Movie is loaded with incredible set pieces, tons of small character moments that leave you wanting more. An epic conclusion to 10 years of Marvel movies. Thank you to everyone that worked on the MCU. So realistically, there's not going to be any negative early reactions, except for one. I found one that is interesting. Well, it's not really interesting, but it is pretty generic comment. So let's have a look at a few more. These are all verified accounts, interesting enough. Is it like only verified accounts can go to these premieres? So it says this: imagine the best version of Avengers Endgame and somehow the film still surpasses all expectations. I cried 5 to 6 times. It's the most emotional, most epic MUC film, a tribute to 10 years of this universe. Holy SHIT. The great fan service in this movie, so good. So you can like get a judgment. Literally every review at the moment is the same, just worded slightly different. Another one: just watch Avengers Endgame. I don't believe hyperbole is possible for this movie. It is the ultimate Marvel movie in every way possible, and words cannot describe how epic it is. And yes, Hawkeye is a rock star. So literally so far, not one single bad reaction. Endgame is filled with so much comic book awesomeness that you may not be ready. Great blend of action, emotion, and humor while keeping the stakes high throughout. Truly an achievement in the blockbuster filmmaking. So literally every review is the same. Man, Endgame kicked my ass. It was an epic conclusion to 11 years of film. It had laughs, incredible action, an absolute emotional roller coaster. It was the serious finale for these cast of the characters that I had been hoping for. Congrats to all for pulling off this feat. So wow, every review is literally quite generic, but I don't believe they're trying to oversell you or undersell you. This movie doesn't need overselling. It's literally part 2 of Infinity War, so they don't really give much away. But we're going to go over one review that is completely different to anyone else. It's a negative review. So it's from a Twitter user called John Cambino or Cambio. I really don't know how to say this name, so butcher me down below if you want, guys. He's verified on here. So it says, Avengers Endgame, a mediocre first 2 hours that equals parts of cool moments and problematic moments that ends with a final hour that's an absolute magnificent geek wet dream. Need to see it again tomorrow to solidify my thoughts. So this is like, I've had a look at probably like 50 reactions, and this is the only one I can find on the internet that is negative. A mediocre 2 hours. So let's say the movie is 2 hours and 48 minutes because obviously you've got the credits. So if it's mediocre for 2 hours and it's only good for the last hour, it's like, damn, what happens there? Because no one else has said this. And then this person went on to say, probably the most satisfying thing about Endgame, besides the entirety of the last hour, is the mixed things they do and don't happen from what you saw would happen, and that do and don't happen from what you saw would never happen. It's a nice mix that keeps you on your toes. And everyone I spoke about, I've checked their Twitter to see if they were actually there, and most of them uploaded pictures of themselves there. But it is really diverse for mostly. When most people are saying, damn, it's amazing. No one else that I could see said that the first 2 hours was mediocre. Like, if this movie is mediocre, like 2 hours, 2/3, 66.6% recurring is mediocre, then damn. And mediocre means average, below average. So that is very interesting. So guys, let me know in the comment box down below. Once you've watched the movie, does this make you more hype or does it make you less hype? So there was a special guest at the LA premiere last night. Okay, not really, but the whole internet seems to be making a massive deal about it. So basically, anyone who is deemed as a celebrity or an A-lister can literally go to any red carpet as long as they get tickets. So Natalie Portman was there. Yes, she had a love affair with Thor. She was with Thor, but she attends this movie. So there's a lot of people online thinking this is a massive spoiler. I guess it could be a spoiler, but I really am not invested in that theory. So essentially, we know what's going to be happening. Spoiler warning in case I ruin your life. So essentially, everyone thinks, and I think, that they're going to go back in time, copy each stone so they can take out Thanos. So if this is the case, they would have to, I guess you could say, time travel back via the quantum realm, maybe, with the stealth suits on, because they're not quantum realm suits, you know. So essentially, they could go back to Thor 2, and essentially, she could play a vital part because she's a pretty clever person. So maybe she is in the movie, or maybe it's a flashback scene or cameo role, because we do know this movie is going to focus on the 6 original Avengers over anyone. Yes, they are introducing Captain Marvel, etc., but this movie will focus on the OG Avengers. So everyone that is an OG will be getting more screen time than anyone else. Obviously, we know Iron Man and Cap and Thor will most likely be getting the most screen time because characters like Black Panther, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, they're to set up the next phase. But interesting enough now, the phase 4 starts after Spider-Man Far From Home. So now Kevin Feige's confused everyone. It's not really anything to be confused about. Now people are like, ah, yes, Infinity War. Yes, Spider-Man Far From Home actually happens before Infinity War and Endgame. No, it still happens moments after Endgame. But I think it is a good move to end Phase 3 after Spider-Man Far From Home because this will be set with the ramifications of Endgame if they don't reverse everything. Obviously, they're not going to reverse everything. They're going to have to reverse most things, I guess, because we can't have half the universe disappear and the ramifications for the other universes and other planets. Did half the Skrull disappear? Did half the other races disappear? That's one thing that annoyed me. They didn't really go into anything else other than the human race. They didn't say, oh, half the Skrulls have disappeared. Because by this time now, we know that Skrulls, we know Kree, we know there are other populations out there. Obviously, due to Guardians, we know there's lots of different other species out in the other planets, out of space. So it would make a lot of sense. So guys, like always, if you do want to enter competition, all you got to do is let me know what is going on down below. Subscribe to the channel, and I will be giving away tickets in tomorrow's video. Hopefully, if not, we're going to have to pull it back to Instagram because for some reason, no one wants to contact me. It's not hard. Just zoot me an email over. If I pick you, that is it. So if you do enter today, make sure to check back tomorrow. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.